Hi, this is going to be a before and after video. This is the very first bathroom I ever fitted 10 years ago, and I'm quite pleased that it's lasted so well really. We put some good quality kit in here. So basically what's going to happen, this wall is getting stripped and plastered. The problem with it, the main reason for doing it, is the grout line's getting mouldy. Can you have a close up of that? Grout tends to, better quality grout around these days, but that's the main reason for redoing the bathroom. We're going to put a water wall in here, sparkly white, so it will have no grout lines at all. It's all plastic sheet, floor to ceiling. The screen's going to have to come out. It's going to have new, can you see the discoloration on the seals there? New seals, but basically the screen's going to go back in. The basin is going to stay the same as a nice cabinet. If you look at the chrome's come off there, so we're replacing that tap. The edging round here, we don't put edging around the tops of the tiles anymore. It's better finished with just grout, but it's discoloured with age. It's 10 years old, so this is all getting stripped. We're using the water wall around the bath as well, so here, round the back of the bath, is all going to be water wall, all plastic, and the bath is coming out and getting turned around. But basically we're reusing everything in the bathroom and just redoing the wall finishes. Right, the bath is back in and working. It's looking quite tidy. We've had a few challenges with this job. Mostly it was getting the tiles off. It tended to pull the wall to bits. You can probably see here that it's pulling off big chunks of skin. Much worse over here. Almost all the skin has come off with the tiles. And also trying to get the tiles off, plasterboard has fallen to bits. So we're going to replace this wall here with weddy board. We're going to make it 20mm thick, and it should bring the wall thickness perfect for tiling down into the tray, as is the style for this particular tray. Here we're going to stick a thin 6mm weddy board on, so that will bring the wall out to the right level for tiling down into the tray as well. The remaining wall under the window, we have done a rough skim to smooth it out, so we'll make tiling a bit easier in this area. The water wall's gone in nicely, and the bath itself has had a few challenges. Normally we'd bring the water wall down to the bath, as we've done in this corner. The walls aren't perfectly square, so that allows you to fill any gaps where you find you've got a bit of a corner, a gap opening up in the corner. So thankfully that's solves that problem. Over here, the taps, we fitted the bath and the customer used the bath, but we found that when we were going to put if we put the water wall in, you wouldn't be able to turn the taps on and off. So we had to take the bath out again and take the water wall down the side of the bath. Thankfully this wall is straight, whereas the wall on the other side isn't quite straight. So that now allows us to turn the water on and off nicely and have a decent space behind the taps. Right, this is weddy wall, weddy board. It's so nice to work with. It's waterproof. You can't leave plasterboard out in the rain for 5 minutes without ruining it. This stuff you could chuck it in the sea and you could use it to surf on. It would actually float. It's so light. Right, so we ruined the plasterboard before, so we've decided now we're doing wall-to-wall weddy. It'll be our water wall in the shower area, and then we're going to tile this area, and it's all going to be flush. We wouldn't have the step that we originally had. This is quite interesting. You don't see it in many showers. This is a really good Matke shower, and it's got this lip on the edge. This little upstand. So the idea is you tile down into it, so that the tiles are inside, and if the seals at the bottom of the tiles go and the water gets underneath, you can't get out the shower tray. Quite clever. The only thing is it creates this step that you've got to deal with. So rather than having plywood on top of the plasterboard that I originally did, we've chosen 20mm board, so it's the right thickness to go up against this lip, and the water wall in this case will come down into the tray and guarantee the seal. The wall is not quite square, unfortunately. This is often the case, and was the case in the bath, the other side of the room. So it touches the wall at that side, bit of a gap over here. So different approach. Instead of screwing the board to studs, this wall we're going to use adhesive, rapid set adhesive. We'll put a bit of 6mm down here to space out, fill in this area here that's not level, square things up, and then put a big board across the whole shower area. And of course here we will end up with, we've got to work out a tidy way of dealing with the step, because obviously the wall is, the weddy board's going to stop here, and then we're going to be tiling from that area, and we're going to be tiling this wall as well now rather than plastering, now that we've used weddy board on it. Right, this is where all of our measurements, hopefully, this has taken twice as long as we hoped filling them up. We've got this little leg at the bottom, we've got to get these pipe holes in the right spot. It needs to go in the groove in the corner. There we go. Excellent. Now I'll take it off and actually glue it in place and put the trim on the edge, and the shower area will be finished. We're on the home straight here, water walls in for the shower. We've obviously got to put the shower on the wall and the cubicle in. Back on, the screen's up. This is our wall, so we've got our weddy board, managed to work out. This is a bit of a problem really. We can't just slip a hole in the tile, so we managed over the pipe and the valve, so without draining the system and redoing the pipe work. So we've chosen the grout line to go in line with the pipes. So that wall's looking nice, and also having put the weddy board on, and of course tiling on top, the wall will be a load stiffer. I was shocked, to be honest, at how flexible and how much movement there was in that wall once there was no plasterboard on it, or even before we took it off. It's very stiff now with the weddy board. So around the sink area, most of that's going to be covered up by the toilet and the sink, but to have a good finish, you really want to tile behind things rather than just up to them. And bit of change of plan. Nira came with me to the shops she wanted to buy a mirror cupboard. I needed some more of these strips so we could do the outside edge of that soil pipe. And Nira and Gaia spotted these mosaics, so these are going to go on the windowsill. Taking the door off here to make it easier to work. Right, the wall's finished. All grouted. We've grouted round we haven't completely done all the grout, but we've grouted round the back of the toilet and the sink, and the basin rather, so we can get that back in. Here's our new taps. Nice Hudson Reed taps there. Nice click-clack waist. And don't these mosaics look fantastic? So all the tiling is finished. We've just got a little bit of grouting. Obviously we're going to grout the mosaics and these bits around the edge. So tomorrow's job is the shower screen and get the towel rail on. And we've got a little bit of boxing to do to tidy up the pipe work behind the loo and along the wall here, the bath pipe. Excellent.